All right, welcome back to White Pine Woods. Here we are. Next project is getting the chicken coop put back together. We built this shed 10 or 15 years ago at our old house. What did we build it for originally? Was it just for John to sleep in? Just for someone? It was really just a kind of a guest room out in our yard.
Yeah, called it the folk hut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we realized we weren't really using it much, so I put these doors on the side so I could put my lawn equipment in it, and that's what it's been for the
lawnmower shed.
The lawnmower shed for the last 10 or 12 years. But then, as we were moving, once we started to move down here, we realized that we probably could use it as a chicken coop. It would make a good chicken coop.
Oh, Sadie's tangled.
Sadie's tangled.
She's always tangled.
So, you saw in a previous video, Ethan and I sort of took a lot of it off just to lessen the weight of it, so the tractor would lift it onto the trailer. So now it's been sat here. We want to get it back together. I worked on it a little bit yesterday. About 10 years ago, a tree fell on it and damaged the roof. So I cut a little piece of the roof out yesterday and replaced the rafter. But today we're going to put the rest of the sides back on and talk about what we want to do with Sadie. Why don't you untangle her? All right, so today we're going to talk about the different features the chicken girl wants in a chicken coop, where we're going to put a little chicken door for the birds to get in and out. We'll probably build in the future we'll build a little run off the back of it. Not till next spring when we're moved down here and we actually have some chickens. We left our old chickens at our old place.
Yep. And
the people that bought our house have been looking after them. They're their chickens now.
Yep.
So we're going to start fresh in the spring. So, I don't know. We'll maybe do some siding and, what do you think, windows? We'll put a kitchen in.
They'd like that. Stereo system?
Where do you want the bathroom? Let's take a look inside of this thing. All right, so what are we doing with this chicken coop now? We got the door. Why don't you grab the door and pull the door out front here?
All right, yeah. So the chickens chickens need plenty of ventilation, but I also want to be able to close things up in the winter so when it gets cold and I put the heat lamp in there, we're not losing a lot of heat. So, so this will be the man door. I mean, it'll stay there because I need to have access to get in there to clean out and collect eggs and stuff like that. So,
but you also have these two doors on the side. So
that's what we have to decide. Where is the run going from the side or is the run going out the back?
I don't know. I think the lay of the land, I was thinking we'd put the run in the back here.
Okay, and that's what I was thinking too. So
we'll put this siding on, put it back on.
Okay.
It's all laid out there, and then later on I'll just cut a little door in it like I did at the other house.
And for the run, chicken wire all around, or you're gonna do a real roof?
Yeah, we're gonna extend this roof
and do a permanent real roof.
Because we did it before with just chicken wire in the roof, and it just got full of leaves and snow, and eventually collapsed.
Yeah, it would get weighed down.
So
and it would get...
I've got those posts left over from the barn that I didn't use.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking they'll be in the back. We'll build some sort of add-on to the structure, and we'll just extend that roof over, and then we'll just enclose it with chicken wire.
Yeah, chickens need a run because they like to be able to dig in the dirt and get all the bugs and stuff. But I don't let them free range because if you let them free range, they're just going to get eaten by something. There's going to be a fox or somebody come in. So since they aren't free range all the time,
or we could get the fencing that you can move around.
The temporary fencing, that you could just move around.
Or whatever, but this, generally speaking, this area in here is going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be. So it's going to be run out back.
So we're going to build off the back. So that means that you're going to have access here and the front and the little door. So.
Okay.
I mean, that just happens to be the way it is.
Yeah, I mean it'll be like a wall that you can open if you need it.
I mean, to clean the scoop out, you bring the tractor bucket right here and just scoop it into the bucket.
So then in here, we're going to have to. So then where will the nest boxes?
Yeah.
Because if the run's going to be, the run doesn't have to be this whole wall though open.
No, this bed. No, the nest boxes will be on that wall.
All right.
The far wall.
This is when this was at our house. This was actually like
a bunk bed.
Like a bunk bed, and we had a thin mattress pad. Our son used to sleep out here sometimes.
Yeah.
Until all the moths came and they didn't like it anymore.
So we're gonna get rid of the bunk bed,
Yep.
We're gonna have a little chicken door down here underneath the bunk bed where the bunk bed
It'll go
is
out to
now.
the run.
It'll go out to the run, and we're gonna put nest boxes over there.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want the nest boxes so we can get to them from the outside, or does that matter to you?
That doesn't matter to me. I'm gonna be inside anyway, cleaning up. I don't mind coming in.
We got plenty of ways to get in the thing, so.
Yeah, so now I think we can access from inside. The thing I want to do different than we did in the last house we had is we had a roosting bar right in front of the nest boxes, and the thing I don't like about that is that encourages them to hang out near the nest boxes, and they were pooping in the nest boxes. And when they lay eggs, now the eggs have poop on them. So
That's not what we're looking for.
no, we're not looking for poopy eggs. So to keep the eggs in the nest box cleaner, they do need a roosting bar, but a roosting bar out farther away from the nest boxes, so they're not sitting on their roost.
All right. Well, we can do that whenever.
All right, but that's something I want to do.
So this thing had power in it at the other house.
Mm-hmm.
So I just pulled the power. It's just an outlet and a switch, and there's a light up there.
Yeah.
But I'll bury that in conduit right over to the house. You can see how far we are. We're about 80 feet from the house, maybe.
Which is perfect because during
Yep.
like this time of year or whatever, when it's not cold, I'm gonna have a regular light bulb in here like we have now, just for light. When it gets really cold, I can replace that with one that produces heat,
Yeah.
and that'll be their heat lamp.
Yeah, that'll be their heat lamp.
Yeah, so I can just, if we close it off in here, as long as I can close the door and close
Yeah.
the window, that'll give off just enough heat to
Yeah,
keep
there
it
was a
from really
window right
freezing.
here, but I broke it when we were moving it. So we're gonna have to come up with either another window or board it up or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
We need the ventilation though.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have, even if we just cover it again, like just with chicken wire.
But the eaves up here, and back here are open. They're just screening in there, so the air does come in here and get through the place.
Yeah.
So the house is going to be over here, obviously. You see the foundation over here. And then in front of the stone wall over here, we're going to put our garden over there. So we'll have all nice stuff trailing down the... So we're going to put a spigot coming out of the house right over here. Right there where the door is going to be. So that'll get you close enough to have water for the chickens, water for the garden. If this happens to be the first time you've seen one of our videos, what we're doing here is we're building a homestead from the ground up. We bought this land 5 years ago. This summer we did all the excavation. The septic system is in, the well's in, the driveway's in. We built a garage, post and beam barn kit we bought from Jamaica Cottage Shop up in Vermont. And the foundation's been in for, what's this? This is November. The foundation was poured on April 1st, so the foundation's been in for 7 months. We've been patiently waiting to start framing, and I just talked to the framer yesterday, and he says we're going to get going next week. So we're excited about that. So we're trying to get all these little projects wrapped up before. I just talked to my sister, and she called it the calm before the storm, because once that house starts getting built, that's going to take all of our energy. So let's get this chicken coop done. What do you say? I guess this is the first one. Hard telling, this one wasn't marked. I broke up with Phillips screws, but that's what was in here. This is a good chance to get rid of some of mine that I have left over that I haven't used in years because I hate them. This stuff is actually decking that the store I used to be affiliated with, and we sold this stuff, and it turned out to be not really good stuff for decking. Because see how it's called geodeck. See how it's hollow in the end, And what would happen was water would get trapped in there, and then it would rot the stuff from the inside out, and people were getting holes in their decks. So there was all kind of lawsuits. So it was taken off the market. We had a bunch at the lumber yard and that I worked at, and so I used it for this in a woodshed. The stuff when it was new was about 40 bucks a piece. So before anybody starts thinking I'm using composite decking for a chicken coop, it was free. Okay then. This thing on? Alright, that's this one. Phillips screws, I love them.
I think I hear sarcasm. I think I feel rain in my head.
Rain?
Oh, it's raining. Whee!
I only have 2 more to go. Come on.
All right. If you don't mind your camera getting a little bit damp, we're good.
That's it. The rain shower's over. I remember when we took these off, I said to Ethan, who's doing the low ones, the young guy or the old guy? He said the young guy. Now here we are. Lily sign. The holes have got to go on the general area. I hate Phillips screws. Go. Ken, do you like Phillips?
No!
It's fine, leave it.
I don't like Phillips head screws.
Right.
They do that.
You want to leave the door like that, or
It's an art piece. It's a
pick that up?
statement.
Keep going.
More?
Yeah, pick it up from the bottom towards you. Should we put a level on it? Doors like to be level.
Nah.
Nah?
If you don't check,
Huh?
if you don't check, then you'll never have to fix it.
Oh.
It's like if you don't,
Well, you
test.
could check it as you're building it and then adjust if need be. Look at that.
Perfect.
I don't know, you tell me.
Is the bubble supposed to be perfectly between those two lines?
Yeah, here you go.
Then it's perfect.
Okay, we'll leave it there then. Trying to go right in there. At least we got doors again. All right, tell the people what we did, Jen.
We put doors on the chicken coop.
We took the frame off of the old doors, the inside frame, and we,
Yeah, and you put
in order
this
to
trim,
reuse them,
this trim, so that it would
Yeah.
hold the hinges out or the doors
And we-
out at the right.
we moved the hinges to the inside of the doors,
Yep.
and then it made the doors much lighter and easier to work with.
Yep.
And then we just screwed them through the trim. What we just did now is screwed them through the trim into the. First, I put that 2x4 frame in. It's plumb,
This.
and then we just screwed the doors and got them plumb enough.
Plumb enough.
So I just got to fill in at the bottom there. Can't see the bottom. Let's move this down so you can see the bottom.
There.
Got to fill that space in with probably a 2x6 or something, and then they'll close it up good so the air doesn't get under there. We're not trying to make this house like totally airtight, are we?
No, we don't have. No, this is not.
This can have a little draft.
Yeah.
This is not going to be super insulated,
No.
modern house. This is a chicken coop.
Yep.
All right, so I was thinking that front window we'll just put hardware cloth in there, and
Yeah.
that'll be fine for the spring and summer. And then
Yep. And then in the winter, I'll have some kind of something, a piece. If you just gave me made a board
like a
that I
piece
could,
of
like,
zip R sheathing.
put in
Yeah.
and just secure somehow, just to keep the wind out. that'd be
Actually, can I
perfect.
get an ice cream cone?
No, I'm sorry, sir. We're all out.
Oh, okay.